Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video on my channel. Today's video is a special one because we take a look at my trip, summer 2022, to the Canadian National Iron Range. I have been waiting forever to go here and I'm so glad I can finally put a video out for you guys documenting my trip. Without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. After passing that southbound ore train that was in the siding, we see the tail end of a northbound intermodal. Now, we start speeding up to try to catch up with the intermodal. Highway 7 is the highway that parallels the Iron Range, or the Mesabe sub in this case, for about 20 miles with a couple splits in between. It can be very difficult to catch up to trains on the Iron Range, as track speed on parts of the Mesabe can reach upwards of 60 miles an hour, and this intermodal was doing exactly that. Fortunately for us, we were able to make it to the head end. On point of this intermodal train was a CN ET44AC and a CN patched ES44AC, formerly owned by City Rail. Now, as we get to the head end, I'll let you guys experience what true pacing is like on the Iron Range. Today is a new day, and we start off early with a northbound ore train with an IC SD40-2 on point with a very nice P3. A lot of the trains you see on the range are consisted of these tiny cars, 24-foot ore cars. Now, I did refer to that SD40 as IC, although it is in CN paint. If you notice under the cab window, you'll see IC stenciled, and on that tunnel motor trailing third, DMIR stenciled. Now, they're not exactly IC or DMIR, but us rail fans refer to it as an IC SD40 when we see it. I would also like to mention that I was joined by three amazing friends on this trip, Neo, Liam, and Anthony, and they made the trip a lot more enjoyable. You'll see them throughout the video. Anyways, back to the action. Not even a minute after that northbound ore train clears, a southbound T-Bird begins to round the curve. This T-Bird has two C40-8 locomotives on point, a dying breed across Class 1s. However, the Iron Range has plenty of them. We relocate spots from Town Line Road, 3 miles south, down to Forbes. This T-Bird is now pulling into Forbes, where it will unload and then after 2 hours head back up north. The T-Bird starts out in Avell Thunderbird Mines, hence gaining the name T-Bird, and then making its way down south to Forbes, where it will turn around. Note the 15th anniversary Dash 8 trailing. As this T-Bird slowly rounds the Y at Forbes and proceeds into Fairlane Taconite Works, another T-Bird is ready to go back north and head to Avellith to reload.
What are you doing? I'm foaming right now. Look at that. Look at that over there. It's just backlit.
As Neo said, we're foaming over Dash 8s, and as this northbound T-Bird makes its way out of Fairlane Taconite Works, we're going to chase it back up to Town Line Road, where we're going to meet Anthony and Liam. After the train passes, we try to chase them one last time up north. However, we have a roadblock, since at the intersection of Highway 7 and Highway 31, there's some road work being done, so we have to take some back roads. However, we missed it anyway. With no luck in chasing that northbound T-Bird, we waited for about a half hour to find any other trains on the Mesabe. Little did we know there was actually a work curfew on weekdays. From about 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., no trains were allowed to run on the Mesabe, so we had a plan B. We now find ourselves on the Iron Range sub. This subdivision runs between Iron Junction and Two Harbors, Minnesota. Although there were no trains running on the Mesabe, we were still in luck because today the Iron Range sub was quite busy. A road train is now heading northbound on the Rainy Sub. The Rainy Sub is the other line that meets the Iron Range Sub at the Ramshaw Diamond. This is one of the reasons why the Ramshaw Diamond is a nice place to sit at, especially since the Mesabe was on curfew. A lot of the road trains that usually take the Mesabe are now being rerouted through the Rainy Sub. This sand train was actually sitting here waiting for the other ore train that went by just a mere few minutes ago. As we watch the sand train clank over the diamond, we are ready to relocate to our next spot as another train is now coming down the Iron Range sub. This sand train was utilizing a rear DPU, and what do you know, another X-City Rail GEVO. This time, instead of coming from Two Harbors, this train is going towards Two Harbors. In a hurry, we leave the crossing as fast as possible. This time we're going to go past the Ramshaw Diamond and go just east of it to another secluded spot. We beat the Dash 8 trio there with barely a minute to spare. After they clear Iron Junction, they're going to start chugging up to get up to speed towards Two Harbors. As the train continues east towards Two Harbors, it'll eventually have to battle a pretty steep grade, causing these Dash 8s to have to rip wide open to get up. Almost immediately following that ore train was a miscellaneous road freight, commonly referred to as the MRF, or the MRF. This had a pair of IC Jeeps. Right after the MRF clears, we rush back to the Ramshaw Diamond for another northbound road train on the Rainy Sub, this time with two teardrop window Dash 9s. If you were able to catch it, the leading Dash 9 was an IC stencil. The rear of this train also had a massive cut of loaded auto racks. We once again head west of the Ramshaw Diamond, this time to a crossing right before Iron Junction for another ore train from Two Harbors. We chase this train north of Iron Junction, where it is now on the final leg of its journey to the Largo mines. I found this railroad crossing extremely interesting. It was a four-way intersection with a train track right down the middle. In a hurry, after that ore train, we run back to the spot east of Ramshaw to catch the MRF returning. And we follow in the direction of the MRF to Ramshaw Diamond once again, this time for a northbound intermodal on the Rainy Sub. There's just something so satisfying about watching cars rolling over the diamond. Shortly after that northbound road train, yet another ore train is heading towards Two Harbors. Right before dinner, the curfew on the Mesabe is up, and we manage to grab one northbound T-Bird before calling it for dinner. During dinner, the last train of the day shows up, a southbound manifest on the Rainy Sub with a nice lash up. Note, the Rainy Sub is actually the former Duluth, Winnipeg, and Pacific Main Line. Just wanted to add that in. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for supporting the channel. I'll see you guys for part 2. Have a great day.